Hi guys, welcome to a pick a card reading, or pick a pile. Actually, it's more like a pile of cards. So a lot of you guys gave me some really positive feedback about last week's pick a pile reading, and you really enjoyed it. And I seem to have got more more views on the video than I do with the zodiac. So I decided to do another one for this week. It is a weekly energy reading. It's just in a different way. So before we begin with the actual picking of the piles, I want to show you guys the decks that I will be using for these readings, because I know a lot of you are readers yourselves. You use the decks, you use tarot and oracle, and I often get asked what cards am I using in my readings. So for the pick a pile, I'm using 2 tarot decks, and then the rest are 6 oracle decks. So for the tarot, this is the tarot deck by Broken Isn't Bad. Okay, Broken Isn't Bad. It's just called tarot. You can find the creator on Instagram. Look up Broken Isn't Bad. She created her own tarot deck, and it's an indie deck, and it's the most beautiful thing ever. So you will see that in your reading. The other tarot deck I'm using is the Modern Witch Tarot. Everybody is probably familiar with this one. It's one of my newer decks that I purchased, and I'm really, really excited to read with it. So those are the 2 tarot decks. For today's reading, I'm also working with the Spirit Messages Oracle, the Magical Herb Oracle, Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy, Spirit Animal Oracle, Gaia Oracle, sorry for the glare, and the Chakra Insight Oracle. So those are the decks I'm using. I will list them in the description box if any of you guys are curious. They will be listed there so you can check them out at your own convenience. And all right, so if you guys are interested in seeing what is coming up, the energy is coming up for you for the week, please sit tight, grab yourself something to drink. I have a nice iced water here. Grab something to drink, get cozy, and let's begin the pick a card reading. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I have the cards here, which we'll get to in just a moment. But first I want to cleanse the space. So I think that's really important to cleanse it prior to the reading. So I just have some amethyst, scented amethyst, lavender and amethyst. It has some little amethyst chunks in it. Not chunks, but like little shards. But oh my gosh, I can't think right now. Lavender scented spray. So I'm going to go ahead and spray myself. And each pile, it smells so good. I also have some sage here. I'm going to go ahead and light some sage and set the intention for cleansing of the space, cleansing of the cards, each pile. Let's reset the energy and let's get it so that it's focused for solely each of you guys who are watching. Every one of you will have a different reading, a different way that you are going to resonate to this reading. So I just ask that everything is what it is and meant to be. So I'm going to go ahead and cleanse the pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and myself. All right. Now I did bump my crystal. Oops. This one's a rambunctious one. You are getting in the way. That pretty much tells me the kind of energy that one's from. Okay. All right, so now that we have cleansed the space, let me Move this candle out of here. All right. So as you can see here, we have pile number 1, 2, and 3. I was really feeling called to use amethyst, okay? Amethyst was just coming to me. I have purple nails. I was just really feeling the amethyst vibe. So amethyst crystal is really, really good for soothing energies. It's good for anxiety. It is good for your psychic abilities and enhancing your psychic abilities, your intuition, working with your third eye. The amethyst crystal is also really good for addictions, okay? This can be any kind of addiction, alcohol, drug abuse, alcohol abuse. It could be addictions to sex. It could be addictions to shopping. It could be addictions to anything, food, right? Any kind of issue that you may have that you're struggling with, amethyst is a really soothing stone. It's a healer stone, okay? So I was really feeling called to use amethyst. Now, I have different ones. This is more of a darker tone. So I want you guys to pay attention to the crystals. And whatever one you feel called towards, that's the pile that I want you guys to choose from, okay? So this amethyst is a very deeper, darker purple, okay? This one came to me in a dream. So his crystal energy is very intuitive and psychic. So if you're feeling called to this particular crystal, this could be more of a spiritual urge, a need for a spiritual awakening, or feeling a spiritual awakening within yourselves. Maybe you're feeling that transformation. Maybe you've been having deep, dark dreams lately. Maybe you have trouble with sleeping. Maybe you are dealing with, stuff of the spiritual, or, your connection to your spirit guides. So if you're feeling any of those kind of vibrations, pile number 1 may be the one for you, okay? Pile number 2, this amethyst crystal is more faded, okay? Very, very light, muted, okay? He's very chunky and large. He's also, as you could see earlier in the video, he was getting in the way. He was very much wanting to be noticed. Okay, so I'm taking this energy for those of you who are feeling called to this one. Maybe you guys are craving attention. Maybe you guys are craving, there is something that is trying to get your attention spiritual wise. Maybe you feel like you need a little bit more certain types of attention being paid to yourself, or areas of yourself, your body, your health. So maybe if you're noticing signs or symbols, number sequences, anything that is sticking out to you that you feel like you need a little bit more insight with, this may be the pile for you. So this is pile number 2. And lastly, pile number 3 is my cute little crystal point. Okay, he's almost in a perfect little point. He actually has a nice sharp point. I take this one as literally, when I was picking him out, I was envisioning the focal point. I was envisioning that when you have a set goal in mind, when you feel like you need direction. So I feel like the fact that he has a nice point is pointing towards the direction you need to take, a path, making a choice, making a major decision. So those of you guys who feel called to pile number 3 with this crystal, this could be all about your desire, your need to make a choice, okay? Or needing to have more focus. I'm also hearing root chakra. So some of you guys who are attracted to this crystal, maybe you need more balance, you need more stability in your life, and more direction. Okay, so go ahead and take a moment to focus on the piles, and then we will begin the readings. So pile number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, pile number 1, welcome. So we're gonna begin your reading. Like I said, if you chose this pile, you feel a need for a spiritual connection. Maybe you're needing a spiritual pick-me-up. Maybe you are dealing with some deeper, darker matters in your life. Maybe you're needing assistance with your spirit guides. So we're going to go ahead and see. We'll put him off to the side here so you guys can still see him. We're going to go ahead and see what pile number 3 has for you. So let me take the tarot cards out. I like to do those last. Okay, so let's begin. So you guys have for pile number 1, light. Light. Awakening. Wow. What did we just say, right? Awakening. Your spiritual awakening, your psychic awakening. Liberation, breaking free from the negative attachment. Wow. Setting yourselves free. Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everybody involved. Lifting away the fears, shedding your fears. You have you have the third eye chakra, visualization, imagine, focus, experience, manifest. Oh my gosh, you guys. These cards are perfect. And I promise you, I pulled them and I didn't even look at them. Nothing. Perfect, like perfection. And then we have the brown bear spirit. Take time out. Take time out with the brown bear spirit. Oh my God. Okay. So oracle cards, as far as the oracle cards are concerned, this is major spiritual liberation, spiritual freedom is what I'm hearing. This is a tune-up, you guys. Okay, this is a spiritual tune-up. Your guides want you guys to awaken to things, awaken to the signs and symbols that you might be noticing. They want you to get rid of fear, and they want you to let go of things that are holding you back. Okay, vacuum away the fear. Is like, to me, saying the fears of what? Is it a fear, a limitation that is holding you guys back? Is it a fear with a relationship? Is it a fear of setting yourself free? Because that comes next to the liberation card. The awakening, some of you guys watching are going through a literal spiritual awakening. This quarantine that we are going through has been opening your eyes to new possibilities, has been opening your eyes to new belief systems. Some of you guys are really tapping in spiritually, especially if you are dealing with a lot of fears, if you're dealing with a lot of uncertainties. You guys might be resorting to more of a spiritual coping mechanism. The light coming through is that light at the end of the tunnel. Sorry, you can't really, there you go. I apologize for the glare. I should just close that window blind. So the light card is to me is saying that there is a light at the end of your tunnel. Okay, so those of you guys who picked this with the darker tone of the amethyst might be feeling like you are in a dark tunnel, that you are enclosed in darkness, and you kind of need that hope, that little glimmer of hope. May this message be that for you guys. The other thing with the brown bear spirit, taking time out. Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need a chance to kind of come back to center, right? To refocus, breaks. Some of you guys need a social media break is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys need a break away from certain people. And maybe that is what this fear is. Maybe there is somebody in your living space that is just really causing you to feel so much anxiety and so much buildup of fear. And you're being called to awaken, open your eyes, right? And to liberate yourself from that. Is this a relationship that you need to set aside? Is this a relationship that you need to break free from? Some of you guys might be feeling relationships as in not just romance, but it could be some of you guys might be in a romantic type relationship and you are being guided to set apart from it. Maybe you're feeling called that this is not what I thought it was. This quarantine experience, a lot of you guys are spending time at home and you're with that person 24/7, and there's a lot of relationship dynamics that you guys are realizing this isn't working out the way I thought it would. Okay, so let's look at the tarot cards. So we have Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups, the Moon, which is your fears, Seven of Cups, choices, prioritizing, the Emperor, Temperance. Wow, you guys got powerful cards. So what I'm seeing here is the moon is the darkness. The moon is your shadow. The moon is bringing up things that are normally hidden in the shadows, okay? Like this, the light, you are being illuminated. Things that are normally not seen are coming to fruition now. You're being noticed, you're noticing certain things. And there is, in the core, 2 7 of Cups to me is guiding you guys. There is a major choice to be made. Some of you have a decision to make. Some of you guys are reprioritizing. Some of you guys are trying to figure stuff out, okay? There's a lot on your plate here. A lot on your plate here. Temperance card coming up is a sign to me of being 50-50. So some of you guys know that there's major decisions to be made, but you're kind of half in, half out. You're not quite sure which direction, which path you want to take. And that can go with the confusion of the moon card too. You're not quite sure which path you want to take. You were in the shadows, as you could see, like with that character that's lurking in the shadows of the emotions, the water. So you're not quite sure yet where you want to go. And I feel like this is where you guys are feeling called for that spiritual help. So if you pulled this pile, there could be, maybe your faith is on the rocks. Maybe you're just not sure what you feel spiritually anymore. Maybe you feel disconnected with your faith. Some of you guys are feeling disconnected with your relationships, okay? So you're in the shadows about it. You're not sure what to do. The Emperor, some of you, like I said, the Emperor can be a person in your life. This could be a father figure. This could be a husband. This could be a very prominent fire sign person in your life, male or female. It doesn't just have to be male. Like I said, some of you are dealing with relationship situations that you're not quite sure what you want to do. The Emperor also signifies number 4, which is balance and stability, or the root chakra. So I feel like, again, not quite sure. You're kind of like walking on eggshells. You're kind of on rocky waters, or rocky waters. I don't know if that makes sense, but you guys know what I mean. You're not quite sure what you need to do. And some of the cards are asking you to take a moment, take a break, give yourself a breather, reconsider. Some of you guys are being asked to literally vacuum away that fear, okay? Amazing cards. Some of you guys will be liberated from this, okay? Some of you guys need to visualize more, connect with your spirit more, meditate on the situation, ask your guides to help you. Beautiful cards. I feel like this is a heavy week for a lot of you, okay? I feel like a lot of you are being awoken to something or a situation or a problem that you didn't think existed, but now it's starting to come to light. Now it's starting to be a little bit more serious, and you're really starting to see that you're gonna have to start taking action, okay? Maybe not so much major action today or this week. With the Temperance. Temperance is usually a card of patience, and she's like half in, half out. So I would say, based on the cards, you're going to start to really see things, see areas in yourself or your relationship dynamics or whatnot that need a little bit more care. I think the only action to take is, if you're ready to get rid of that fear, do so. If not, taking a break or a step back to figure things out. But I feel like this week, no major moves are necessary, okay? So pile number 1, that was quite a reading. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a beautiful week. Bye, my loves. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So like we said earlier, those of you guys who picked pile number 2 based off of your amethyst crystal, you guys are needing attention, okay? Not in a bad way, but I feel like those of you guys, there's something that needs to be brought to the surface, or literal attention. Maybe some of you guys are just not feeling connected with someone in your life, and you're like looking for an answer. Some of you guys might be asking for an answer or whatnot, and you're waiting for that sign to come through, or some of you guys might be receiving signs and you're not paying attention. So that's definitely the theme that I see here with this crystal. So I'll have him off to the side, and I'm going to take out the tarot cards. We will read those last, but let's go ahead and start with the oracle. So we have trust, open, down here, thinking of you, a loving thought, serendipity. God box. Write any worries, concerns, desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. Solar plexus chakra, responsibility, self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. Otter spirit, you are never alone. Wow. I love how these cards all have a theme. First thing I'm going to say that I notice, lots of yellow, lots of earth, greens, and yellows, okay? So I definitely feel like this is a major point of paying attention to your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus is in your belly region. It's technically right below the, no, that's your abdomen. Yeah. It's right above the belly button, okay? So like it's in your stomach area. Solar plexus is the chakra of your joy, your inner joy, your health, your gut instincts, okay? It's where you feel happiness. It's where the gut instincts come from, and then the pit of, like, in the pit of your stomach, you know, when you're laughing and you feel it in your belly, that's what the solar plexus chakra is. It's your happiness, it's your optimism, it's your joy, and it's also your health, okay? And so what I'm seeing here with you guys is opening up. As soon as I pulled this card open, I thought of opening your hearts, okay? Being more open to receiving, especially if you pulled this crystal where I was intuiting that this crystal is calling for attention, okay? So I feel like for you guys, if you pulled this pile, you need to open yourselves up to receiving, okay? Paying more attention to the subtleties around you, paying more attention to what spirit might be trying to say to you. With otter spirit, we have you are never alone. You are being reminded by that with your spirit guides that you are not alone. Spiritually speaking, if you guys feel like you're craving attention because maybe you're spending this quarantine by yourself. A lot of you guys live alone, and so technically you're spending this whole stay at home, you know, experience alone. And a lot of you guys might be craving that companionship or craving that one-on-one time, you know, and you guys can't forget, you could still tune in with your friends virtually, you know, there's texting, there's FaceTime and all of that. But I feel like some of you guys, this loneliness is coming from a spiritual standpoint. I feel like that's a theme here with all of the piles. But I feel like with the otter spirit, it's reminding you that your guides are with you guys. And if you're looking and you're seeking for signs, you have to be first opening up to receiving those signs from your guides, right? And then you set that intention, and then you have to trust, okay? Which is this next message. You have to trust that everything you sense, feel, if there's a certain song that plays that catches your attention, or if there's like a message on the TV, or if there's a certain time that you keep catching, or a number sequence, you have to trust that that is spirit calling you, that is something trying to get your attention, okay? That's how you connect spiritually. At the core here, we have thinking of you, and we have responsibility. So I feel like it's also a reminder that you guys are ultimately not alone. Someone is thinking about you, okay? Whether it is your guides or it's your loved ones, you have to open yourself up to that. You got to be a little bit more virtually social, I hear. So some of you guys dealing with pile number 2, if you are lonely, open yourself up to it. Go on an Instagram live, see who joins your live, spend an hour chatting with people, even if they're complete strangers. You never know the kind of connections you're gonna make, you know? Responsibility. And to me, this is your own responsibility. And I just heard Spirit say, you are responsible for your happiness. Nobody else is going to do it for you, right? We can place responsibilities on other people thinking that it's their job to make us happy, but ultimately it is not, right? We are in control of our lives, okay? So you need to take responsibility. You need to accept that it is your responsibility to make yourself happy. It is your responsibility to seek out things, hobbies, books, stuff you watch on YouTube, movies on Netflix that are going to make you feel good, right? If you are just, spending your time wallowing in self-pity and you're not actively doing anything to feel better, you're not going to feel better, The other thing with the God box is really interesting because this kind of gives you guys an activity. This is a spiritual activity to write down your worries and concerns, write it on paper, right? It's almost like you're writing a letter to God. And then you could put that intention out there and then burn it. It's like symbolizing letting it go, okay? Really, really, really powerful messages. So let's see what the tarot cards say. Page of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. The Fool. 3 of Swords. Whoops. Sorry, it's hard to see. Queen of Pentacles. King of Cups. So right off the bat, I'm seeing a lot of self-care, okay? King of Cups, the self-care of your emotions. Queen of Pentacles is nurturing yourself, okay? Nurturing your projects and your ideas. And then the Page of Wands is coming up with the activity of seeking activities or hobbies that really, get your interest going, that make you excited and eager for life. That's a Page of Wands energy, bringing something new into the mix. At the core here, I see the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords, okay? The 3 of Swords is a lot of worry about betrayals, breakups, feeling like someone doesn't have your back, no support from the people you care about, okay? The same thing with the 5 of Pentacles. This is worries and stresses of the financial, okay? This is the worry and stresses of, am I going to be able to get through another week, okay? So you guys are feeling it really hard this week, but I also see in the outskirts, like the outer cards, we have a lot of the court cards, which is a reminder of friends. It's a reminder of a social or family, your friendship circles, and then your family, that you do have people there that you can resort to. And then also I feel the Fool energy coming up for you guys is that need to take risks, okay? And that's exactly what I was talking about before, which is like saying you are in charge of your own happiness. If something doesn't make you happy, change it, right? Change it. You are in charge of yourself. So I want you guys to be more proactive with yourselves this week, switch up your routine. If it's not working for you, switch it up, right? Find something to focus on. Like for me personally, I spend a lot of time by myself. My husband works. He's still working a lot. And so when I'm not doing tarot readings for you guys, I've been buying puzzles off of Barnes & Noble, and I go and pick it up curbside. So I have puzzles that are keeping me busy. I have my coloring books out on the table, literally right on the other side of this camera. So I've been doing those as little side projects, coloring and putting music on. I'll play music throughout the day so the cats love it. It relaxes them. I've been watching shows and stuff on Netflix. I'll take naps. Every once in a while I'll order food to go and I'll go pick it up just to get out of the house for a little bit. Today it's sunny. It was raining for the last 5 days. Today it's actually sunny. So today after this reading is done, I'm gonna go outside and stand in the sun and soak up some vitamin D. Like, I do spend a lot of time alone, so I feel you guys, but I also feel like it's our responsibility, our happiness and our well-being and our health, especially because this is solar plexus chakra for you guys. It's your responsibility. Nobody else's, okay? So I feel like this is a really good message for you guys. I hope that it resonates. I hope that it gives you guys something to think about. I hope it gives you guys a boost. And don't be afraid to try something new and different. Go on Instagram Live. You never know. If you see someone else on Instagram Live, jump in their live. Who cares if there's only 2 or 3 people in there? If you are craving social interaction, go and find it. Okay, you guys? So with that said, I wish you a beautiful rest of your week. May you have a wonderful week, and think positively. Hang in there. And I will see you guys back here next week for next week's weekly energy reading. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your weekly energy reading. As I said earlier, those of you guys who chose this pile, this particular amethyst crystal, are most likely looking for guidance, direction, maybe an answer. You guys might be in between things. You guys might be in a decision-making mode this week. Okay. So if you're feeling drawn to this, if you're seeking guidance, if you're looking for guidance and you were looking for an answer, this will be the reading for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the little amethyst crystal right here within view. I'm going to take out the tarot cards first, so we can read them after. And let's begin with the oracle. So you guys have stay connected. Stay connected. Clarity. Clarity. That is receiving answer. Receiving answer or having some focus on something. Make sure you guys can see it. Reflection, illusion, self-examination, distortion, reflection. Be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Wow. Asking for help, you guys. Creativity. This is the throat chakra. Imagination, expression, originality, and passion. Creativity. The wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. So I'm going to start the message with this one. So this week, you guys are being guided to really pay attention and to see what it is, to really open your eyes for one thing. Sometimes I feel you guys have to accept that sometimes things are going to sting. Like the message says, sometimes life stings. Sometimes life is hard. Okay. I feel like this message is going to be really like straight to it. Sometimes life is hard, you guys. Sometimes we struggle. Okay. We wake up in the morning and sometimes shit just hits the fan right away. And then I feel like some of you guys throughout your day, you'll see it progress crappier. Okay. So I feel like for this week, you guys have to accept that sometimes things are going to be tough. Sometimes things are going to be a little bit rougher, right? Some of you guys are needing to take a really closer look at yourselves. Okay. This is, I feel like some of you guys are the problem. I will say that. Some of you guys are the problem, or you are participating in the problem. Okay. That's not going to resonate with everybody, but I felt like I needed to say it. I also see be willing to forgive. Now I hear Spirit saying that this is a practice of self-forgiveness. I feel like some of you guys are holding a grudge or holding guilt too long. Sometimes you're holding guilt or you feel like you just have to be the person to hold on to that kind of a guilt because nobody else is going to own up to it. Okay. I want you guys to let that go. You guys really need to let it go. You feel called to the crystal for direction and answer. I feel like you need a direct answer. And I feel like this reading, like literally the energy of the previous piles was so soft and different, and this one is straightforward. So I apologize ahead of time if it sounds like I'm scolding you guys. I'm really not. It's just that is the vibration that's coming through right now. So I feel like some of you guys need to let it go, okay? Let it go. It is not worth it to hold on to this stuff. It is eating you up inside. It is causing you to be bitter. It is causing you to be cold, okay? It's doing more harm to you than the person that you're holding the grudge to. okay? It's not worth it. The other thing I'm seeing, like I said, with that reflection card, I feel like the reflection card, like Spirit is saying for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, you really need to look in the mirror, because your life and the way that you are acting is no better than those people that you're holding that grudge for, really. So I feel like this clarity next to reflection is when you look in the reflection of yourself and you truly see yourself, your actions, the energy that you've been putting out into that universe or towards that dynamic, that person, those group of people, or that issue that you're dealing with, the clarity will come through, okay? But you have to pay attention to it. And if you are not going to take ownership of your wrongs, right, then you're not going to grow and you're not going to learn. And this week will just be another cycle, and it'll do it all over again next week. Okay. The other thing I'm seeing with creativity and stay connected, I feel like this is saying stay connected with your group of people, your people. Okay. Some of you guys who are watching this, because you need direction and answer, I feel like some of you guys need to really hold close the people who are truly meant to be in your life, okay? Those are the people that you stay connected to. I also am hearing that blood is thicker than water. Like, I don't know if that's something that some of you guys are truly believing in, but that's bullshit to me. I have learned firsthand from my own personal experiences that blood is not thicker than water at times, that there is sometimes the family dynamics are so toxic that your friends, or even friends, virtual friends that you've never met in person, tend to be even 10 times closer to you than your own family. Okay, so I think some of you guys needed to hear that. So stay connected with those. Stay connected with the people who are truly there for you. The ones who are messaging you, DMing you, sending you an email, text message, whatever. The ones that are checking up on you. The ones that you are engaging with on a daily basis, those are the people that matter, right? You haven't talked to your cousins in like 2 years, 3 years. That's me, right? You know, maybe bad on me because I haven't reached out first, but bad on them because they are equally not reaching out as well, right? So that's the way you have to see it, okay? So I feel like some of you guys needed to hear that. I'm going to go ahead and pull the tarot cards. So let's see. We have 4 of Wands. That family, stability, grounded. Page of Cups, a messenger, somebody you're going to be in communication with this week. The 6 of Wands, successes, and moving forward, moving on. Okay? Those are people who are cheering you forward. Those are people who are supporting your decisions. We have the 4 of Swords. That's meditation, to consider and think before you act. Ace of Cups, the emotions, okay? New beginnings, new relationships. And then the 5 of Cups is the regrets or slip-ups, right? So what I'm seeing here is this is a week of really utilizing the advice that is given to you from your closest friends and loved ones, okay? Sometimes those closest friends and loved ones are people you've never even met before, that you've never had a conversation with aside from just virtual texting or DMing on Instagram. I have a lot of those friendships, so I get it. Sometimes those people are more valuable to you than the people in your own family. I'm not even kidding you guys. So what I'm seeing here is that you guys have to kind of rebuild what is your solid ground. What is more meaningful to you guys? And then I feel like also the Page of Cups is revealing what the Ace of Cups. There is a new friendship blooming. Some of you guys that are watching this are in the midst of making new friends. And the only reason why that this is happening is because you've been virtually vulnerable, that you guys have been searching for more since we've been spending so much time at home in quarantine. You guys are resorting to Instagram lives. You guys are joining groups on Facebook, whatever the case. but you're meeting people virtually and you're having these new friendships coming up. There's some new stuff. And I feel like some of you watching, you're going to hear something from someone virtually. Now, when I say virtually, I'm talking about your online friends, okay? But that Page of Cups, this is someone who's going to say something that is really going to hit you in a good way, okay? And it's going to shine some light for you guys, and they are going to be the person with the answer to give you that direction, okay? Truly, truly feel that. I also feel like the direction that you guys need to move forward to is forward, not backwards. 6 of Wands to me is successes, but it's also forward motion. It's going into the future. So a lot of you guys, this is moving on, okay? This is moving forward. Some of you guys, this is even moving out. I know that this is a weird time to think about that, but some of you guys are literally moving out of the house. Literally. Like you've learned through this quarantine that you have no business being back home. And I feel like there's some of you guys watching who are really going to resonate with this. So I see the 4 of Wands with the 6 of Wands and even that Page of Cups, that maybe there's a friendship person, like someone that you're friends with, or someone who just offered their home to you. And some of you guys are really going to be picking up and moving. And maybe that is the answer that you were looking for, that it's time to move. The direction is forward. Okay? The other thing I'm seeing with the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the 5 of Cups is when you're dealing with regrets and whatnot, right? Before you act impulsively, before you go and attack that person that you feel is responsible for whatever took place, 4 of Swords is asking you to take a moment to self, okay? Quiet your heart, meditate, consider, reconsider. Be careful with what you say in the heat of passion. Because I feel like some of you guys have a little bit too much to drink. I literally see it. You have a little bit too much to drink, and next thing you know, there's a mess that you have to pick up, okay? So be careful with what you do. Be careful with the things that you say when you were just emotionally charged, because you don't want to be in that 5 of Cups predicament. Now, if you're watching this video and you are in that 5 of Cups predicament, you're being guided to stay connected, but I feel like this is also maybe an apology, willing to forgive, okay? Maybe someone else was the reason why you felt like you needed to drink your emotions away or whatnot. And is there a forgiveness that needs to happen? Maybe it is you to not hold the grudge. You need to soften up and forgive, okay? It takes way more energy to hold grudges than it does to just simply forgive and move on, okay? Forgiveness doesn't mean in most cases, but it doesn't mean that you were saying, I am okay with what you did to me, okay? Forgiveness is setting yourself free from feeling the way that you feel. Forgiveness is setting yourself free from that, okay? So sometimes that's all it takes, is to be the bigger person and to deal, okay, my loves? Really heavy message for you guys. There's a lot going on this week for a lot of you. But I hope that you guys resonated with this. I hope that this reading helped you out. I wish you all the best for the week. Be positive. Hang in there, my loves. And I will see you back here next week for next week's weekly energy reading. Bye, guys.